I started the day with a Robusta that I went too far with in the roast. It's almost at a second crack, and I had difficulty figuring out where the first crack was because I added some moisture to it to do some testing because I've been in the middle of Robusta testing. So it still tastes great in milk. The shot still came out pretty high in the extraction, I think like 19%. It looked beautiful, had really nice crema, but it was too much. Then I made a shot for my wife this afternoon using just my regular roast, which is coming out really nice. So this is with this top paper filter, cut like a donut, and I'm trying to work through a few things on grind and adjusting my profile down to meet everybody else. And also, like, one of my main investigations right now is I'm trying to understand side channeling with respect to the temperature of the basket and the temperature of the grounds. So to test this, I took a basket, threw it in the freezer, and I prepared it, and I pulled a shot with it. It wasn't obviously as cold once I put it in, but I know from previous testing that if you have the coffee cold before you put it in, it gives a different performance. But part of that was also the basket being cold. So in terms of extraction yield and taste, they were about the same as the previous shot like this. So I want to do another test where I throw this in the freezer. As you can see, it still has a donut in the middle, so it's still water's still coming out through faster on the sides. But the theory is that the basket walls heat up the basket, so you can see channeling on the donut area there. So the theory is that the sides of the basket heat up faster, and they heat up the grounds around them, which allow them to extract at a higher rate, which then causes a cascade effect of channeling through the sides. So this is another shot. I think the only change here is I adjusted the boiler resting temperature to 99°C instead of 90°C. So just doing some background tweaks, trying to make sure it's okay, and then I'm gonna go through some profile adjustments and see what I can do. But I wanted to better understand this temperature business. So I took the spent coffee from previous shot and I put it into a basket. I put this basket on top of a mocha and turned on the flame, and it was insane. So I turned off the flame and I put this whole setup on a pan with the intention of, I want to see if you start heating up the side of a basket, will you see the temperature effect? So I took the basket, the mocha pot, to boiling, and then I put the basket on top. I put painter's tape on it so I can kind of get some bit of signal off of it. And I took some grounds TDS values afterwards, which showed that solubles were actually pushed up to the top with the steam. No water was flowing through this. The water level was at the escape valve line, so only steam was going through the basket. And the basket was slightly uneven, so steam came up at the top a little first. And you can see how the temperature flows out across the basket. So I just let this run. So these results are just interesting. I feel like I'm collecting little bits of information that, when combined together, give a pretty good idea of what's going on. And I think it's some of these variables that just were not explored before, especially the basket being metal, And after this, I took a picture of after I turned the flame off, I just took a picture of the puck in thermal. And it shows the sides are a little hotter. So come back for more weird stuff tomorrow.